Just like witches at black masses.
This is that Garofalo song. What a witch. But see, she wants us to hate her. Millions of people out protesting. Overman lies and says they only had 10,000 people nationwide. Folks, they had like 7,000 in San Antonio. That's what the local news said. It was millions nationwide. Even small towns had tea parties. But the news has to make it a left-wing, right-wing thing, and then everywhere say it's because they hate black people. Amazing. Let's continue with your phone calls. Let's talk to Matthew in Montana. Matthew, you're on the air.
Hello, Alex. We appreciate you coming in Sunday, and we appreciate all you're doing.
Hey, sir, this is make it or break it. I mean, I believe the stuff I talk about here. I want folks to know that. This is real. We really do have a criminal eugenics elite in control, and it's such a joke that the public can't get past the distractions of Republican versus Democrat. It's total theater while they're putting cancer viruses in the vaccines and taking all the baby's blood at birth for 36 years for eugenics databases. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up April 19th is a much more famous day going back further in history.
Yeah, I have a film crew on Lexington Green right now in Massachusetts for our new film with thousands of police and military retaking their oaths to protect and defend the Constitution and not carry out the New World Order. How exciting is that?
Right on. Well, you're on top of it.
Well, tell folks what the date is for those that don't know.
April 19th is the day that General Thomas Gage sent regular troops to Concord from Boston to confiscate the arms and ammunition stored in Concord, and they suffered a major defeat and sent them running. That was the day the shot heard round the world took place, and the colonists went after them.
And the globalists are setting it up now, teaching the military and the police to attack the American people. I've been to scores of drills. I've shot video. It's all free on the Internet. It's in my Police State series with the Army and the Marines training to take our guns. And now all over the country, remember, a week and a half ago in Tennessee, was in major newspapers, the Army announces they're going to run checkpoints on highways with Homeland Security for everyone's safety with the local police. Then we talk about it on air. I was out of town that Friday, Burmis did. It gets canceled. The governor says, no, you can't do it. And then it was in the news. The Army went ahead and did it and shut down the highways. I mean, folks, they're getting ready to take over the United States, and they know a lot of the military aren't going to follow the orders. And so that's why they're saying they're the number one terror threat. See, overnight, it's not Al-Qaeda anymore. It's Pat Tillman. When Pat Tillman saw him growing those poppies and shipping it into the U.S., he wrote letters back. I've talked to his family. He was going to come back and expose the drug dealing, and they killed him deader than a hammer. And it's going to be the same for all you police and military. You know, these documents also, I've got documents where they're worried about police joining us. You see, they know. Because it's time to make a decision. Are you on the American people's side with 98% of us against the banker takeover and 91% of us against the open borders in Gallup polls? Or are you with the offshore criminal Madoff bankers? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I also wanted to read a quote from Patrick Henry. It was March 23rd, 1775.
Why stand we here idle? Go ahead.
Yep, you got it. And I wanted to read what he had to say about firearms, if I may. Guard with jealous attention the public liberty. Suspect everyone who approaches that jewel. Unfortunately, nothing will preserve it but downright force. Whenever you give up that force, you are ruined. The great object is that every man be armed. Everyone who is able may have a gun. Patrick Henry.
And the jewel is liberty. It's the engine of milk and honey and technological development and ingenuity and freedom and dynamic human spirit. There are hundreds of other nations that have more resources in the U.S., literally just scores and scores, Mexico, Canada, but they don't have it because they don't have the same level of tyranny when you talk about places like Mexico. And the elites are openly announcing their carbon taxes to literally destroy, and they brag. The bankers want to destroy the economy. They've cut off the liquidity. They're restricting the money supply while hoarding it for themselves. They're keeping all the bailout money. Can you believe that we give them the bailout money and then we got to pay them interest on money we give the bankers?
Well, that's the tyranny that has been taking place for a long time. But thank God we know we're on the right side, and we know we're going to win. And, I know I speak for a lot of people. I appreciate all the time and energy you're putting into this, Alex.
Are you kidding, sir?
That,
God bless you, and I appreciate you. Are you kidding? I couldn't go to sleep last night. I just sit there reading documents, studying globalist documents. I got stacks of them here where they're talking about how we're slaves and all the stuff they're going to do to us. And then I just look at the public who are invested in the right-wing ideology or invested in the left-wing ideology. I know people who liked me when I was bashing Bush, but I kept explaining, no, I'm not a liberal. I'm not a liberal or conservative. I'm a freedom lover. They're all bought and paid for. They're like, yeah, I really like you. Bush is bad. Now they won't talk to me because I'm bashing Obama because he's bought and paid for by the same people. Can't you folks get it? It's like a Don King boxing match. It isn't real. He owns both the fighters. You're like, gee, Alex, when you liked George Foreman, I liked you, but, but now you, or it's like Bush is George Foreman and they like Muhammad Ali. And then now Muhammad Ali's the champ and I'm telling them it's fake with Don King. Oh, it doesn't matter. You can't explain it to these people. That's why you're suckers. It's why your standard of living's going down, because you won't admit you're a slave. You won't admit how serious things are. I want to tell all the special forces and black ops people and mafia people that work for the New World Order, you're totally expendable. They put sodium fluoride in your water, too. They're spraying your skies, too, folks. We got to stand together against this. Come on. We're smarter than this. Tom in California, you're on the air worldwide.
Alex.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Alex, are you there?
I sure am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hey, I had a comment. This weekend, I went to the Coachella Festival, and I saw Sir Paul McCartney. And kind of going in with this, I listened to your Friday show about the baptism of evil and the limousine liberals that you're talking about. And before Paul McCartney went on, he had this, there were two big screens of the pyramids, the dollar bill, and it said, it had New World, Novus Ordo Seclorum beneath the pyramid, and above that it said Ishtar's Way, or Ishtar's Course. And there was this DJ, like, spinning all these, like, Beatle remixes and
This
stuff.
is their religion. You'll find at the highest level, the atheists really aren't atheists at the higher levels. They write books. These people worship Lucifer and Ishtar, and they've taken over all the Christian holidays. Easter is Ishtar. That isn't even when Christ was resurrected, if you believe that. And the Christians don't care. These churches are all Ishtar things with the phallus and all of it.
It was amazing. And also, like, halfway through the concert, he had this song, I think it's an older song, but it's called Sing the Changes. And it had, like, these pictures of Obama coming out, of the projected screen.
Everything is brainwashing.
Everybody was just standing there for, like, just crying, and you're still bigger than Jesus, and, like, it was incredible. It was incredible.
Well, look, the yuppies are the most brainwashed people out there. They love their enslavement. They love being conned. They really believe all the hype that everything's lovey-dovey. They have no idea what they're facing. Good to hear from you. All right, when we come back, I'm going to blitz with Rick, Mike, Joe, Mark, Matt, Rodney, Keebler, and many, many others, ladies and gentlemen. But that'll be it for calls, those callers there. I got a little surprise coming up. Listen, I've done my research. What I'm telling you is the absolute truth. I know what I'm talking about. How much have I predicted that's come true? This planet is in the hands of evil.